little sympathetic detonation there.
In Haiti, so we've got a few hours now before daybreak, and then we're expecting to see the full scale of the damage and devastation that this powerful earthquake has wrought on the island. We have reports that there were fatalities. We don't have an exact number as yet, but there are reports of fatalities. Earlier, there were no confirmations of that, but certainly now indications that people have died as a result of this earthquake. And that sight there of those buildings crumbling and some completely destroyed, repeated over and over again.
Dá uma olhada na poeira. Sumiu monte de gente que estava aqui embaixo. No momento. É o exato momento da tragédia aqui. É o exato momento da tragédia. Meu Deus do céu. A igreja, por pouco não caiu em cima da gente. Pai do céu.
Tonight, security footage has been released showing the moments when the 8.8 magnitude earthquake struck central Chile. It's now confirmed that at least 147 people have died. Many buildings have collapsed and several areas are without power. A state of catastrophe has been declared after what was the most destructive quake in 50 years. Countries in the Pacific Rim are on tsunami alert meantime. Warning sirens are sounding in Hawaii, while Samoa has evacuated its coast.
There is panic everywhere. We were told to turn off all the lights and the gas in the house. We heard many cars in the street with their alarms going, and also 3 explosions. That was probably gas. But mainly it's panic. The tremors were very strong, from side to side and from below. Cars started moving on their own. Things were falling all around. A church has collapsed in central Santiago. People are staying in the streets. Some have put up makeshift tents and are sleeping outside.
We were sleeping and all of a sudden we felt the bed was shaking. I thought the tremors were very strong and they went on for a long time. Usually there are no earthquakes in this area. I was also told there have been aftershocks in towns of San Rafael and Rio Cuarto.
An earthquake hit Chile and all the Hawaiian Islands. The sirens are going off. Statewide alert, tsunami. Supposed to hit 11:19. We'll keep you updated.
Well, the magnitude was 7.4, and the reports are coming in which illustrate quite significant ground movement in some of the older buildings, particularly those of brick construction, it would appear, have suffered significant damage.
Oh my gosh, well that shake lasted probably over a minute. We've got no power. We've got no water.
And we were so scared, it was terrible. The whole, we had mirrors fall down, dressers fall down, you know, the whole paintings fall down, the lights were just going nuts.
And where are you going to head to?
Up the hills, up as far as we can go to get away from in case there's a tsunami.
What about your house? How was that?
Pretty scary. My microwave ended up in my fish tank.
Well, it's very noisy and it moved around a lot. It shook very hard, and it seemed to take a heck of a long time to stop. We Wellingtonians, we're used to earthquakes, but this was a bit much.
I was so scared. I was starting to feel like I was going to start crying.
Is AP News Minute. Japan is racing to recover from a massive earthquake even as it deals with more aftershocks. The 8.9 quake triggered a tsunami that washed away homes and cars. Hundreds are dead and hundreds more are missing. Authorities in Japan say the pressure is rising at a nuclear power plant after its cooling system failed. To reduce the pressure, slightly radioactive vapor will be released. Tsunami fears have all but vanished in the U.S. Warnings were issued for people to get to higher ground following the Japan quake, and some beaches were closed. At least one person was swept away in Northern California while trying to take a picture of the tsunami waves as they rolled in. Los Angeles prosecutors have charged Mel Gibson with misdemeanor battery stemming from a January 2010 fight involving his then-girlfriend. A person familiar with the case says Gibson will accept a plea deal. Rita Foley, The Associated Press, with AP News Minute.
This is from our camera reporter in Miyagi. And it looks like the tsunami has engulfed several cities in Miyagi Prefecture. Live footage of Miyagi as the tsunami has struck the area, obviously engulfing farms, homes alongside the river. In Sendai City, this is, in Miyagi Prefecture. Tsunami, live coverage of tsunami engulfing the city in Sendai. For those of you who have just tuned in to NHK World, you're seeing live coverage from our helicopters of a tsunami engulfing Sendai area in Miyagi Prefecture. And officials are checking for safety. And this is a look, once again, at Kamaishi City in Iwate Prefecture. And it looks like the tsunami has been engulfing the port. You're seeing live footage of a tsunami engulfing the port area of Kamaishi City in Iwate Prefecture. We've been reporting earlier on that the meteorological agency has issued a warning for tsunami up to 6 meters deep, 6 meters high, and this is what's happening right as we speak. a large tsunami engulfing the port of Kamaishi in Iwate Prefecture.
You know, guys, there's a big thing going around about Planet Nibiru that you can actually see it. It's been people have been talking about it for quite a while, and I really haven't paid a whole lot of attention to it. However, lately I have been checking out NASA's seeming to be covering up something that's been happening in the heavens.
The Lord tells me he can get me out of this mess, but he's pretty sure you're fucked.
Trust. Do you trust the government?